Hello.
Warning, warning, warning.
Let's get ready to rumble. Step into the war zone. 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 Step into the war zone.
Take it away, Tony.
Hi, welcome in. Sorry we're a little bit late. I see a lot of people flooding in here. If you're new, the chat is free. Let us know who you think is going to win tonight's game. And let's talk NBA, hoops, rumors, your favorite team, what they want to do, what's going on, and most importantly, Game 6. Will the Bucks be going to the finals? And Brook Lopez is throwing down already. You know what we didn't talk about much in the last game was that Brook Lopez dropped 37. Like he did that clock back 3 times.
Geez, what a swat! I just saw it, but and he did it kind of quietly. Like I saw him make a few plays. I was like, oh damn, go Brook Lopez! But I didn't realize the impact that he had on the game until until I actually looked at the stat line. He dunked.
Yes, that's
Brook
what I'm
Lopez
saying.
couldn't hear us.
I want Brook Lopez tested ASAP. Like right now, before the finals start, this guy's got to be on something. He's dunking and blocking shots all over the place.
That wasn't just a slam. That was a freaking. That was a poster. Let's go
right.
Hawks. Plugged in with Jay. Brook Lopez has another big night. I might have to get him on one of my graphics.
Oh well, he might be the finals one if Giannis stays out with this hyperextension. He might take over for my boy Khris Middleton. If you're new here, I am the #1 Khris Middleton fan on the planet. My name is Tony Tucker, and I take all the flack in the world for saying Khris Middleton.
Well, I think at this exact point in time, Tony, it's better to be a Khris Middleton fan than it is to be a fan of any of the players that I'm a fan of. Because all the players I'm a fan of are out the playoffs already. And it's pretty wild because Joe Morley's been super hard on the Suns bandwagon, right? You've been super high on Khris Middleton and the Bucks. Who else has been here? Nick Mack. He's been high on the Suns as well. You know who I was high on, Tony? The Nets and the Lakers.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
I'm just quietly sulking throughout the entire playoffs on all these streams. Let's
get that scoreboard up there.
I can't be happy about anything.
15-6 in the early going. Bucks came with the idea that the NBA Finals are on the line. And I love that about them. Absolutely love that about the Bucks. Just got to share this, put this out into the universe.
Peter, hello. Good to see you again. Go ahead, share it, Tony. Tony?
Yes, sir. So you
I
can't do 2 things at once. You know.
I thought you were about to share something.
No. I was sharing our live stream to some people.
Okay.
And then hopefully in the hopes they show up and whatever else. But yes, as soon as I say I'm going to do something else, just assume that I'm deaf for the next 30 seconds. So, yes. More new people flooding in. If you're watching the game, throw your prediction
That's what I was about to say.
To the chat for who you got. I picked the Bucks tonight to close out. I think Khris Middleton's going to have another big road game.
Throw a score. Throw a score out there. Throw a score out there, Tony.
Throw a score out there. I'm going to go with 1-0. Well, you know what? Let's go into a higher scoring game. Let's go 114 to 110. Bucks win.
I would like that because then we get a close game, and then the team that I want to win ends up winning. That's perfect for me. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna go with the Bucks also, but I'm gonna go 111 to 91. I think they're gonna take care of business tonight.
112-115 from Nick Mack. I see that over there. I like that.
Plugged in with Jay says that he had that hot take with the Suns before Joe. He copied his take. We need the date stamp.
I demand a Royal Rumble.
Go find it. No.
Jay,
Go find it. Go find it. Give me the date. All right. And if it is before Joe Morley's take, I am going to tear into Joe on Friday night for stealing takes. All right. I need to know the date. If you made the prediction on air or on your Instagram page or anywhere that is recorded and with a date stamp on it, and it is before like December 1st, then yes, Jay, he did copy you, and I'm going to hold that against him.
And as the president of the sanctioning body of Friday Night Wars, I will take last week's win away from him if he gets it, since you forfeited the last round, giving him credit for that. But I would like to see this, Jay. Big John Stud, that's you, versus King Kong Bundy in a Royal Rumble. Joe Morley. When Joe hears that, Joe's going to be like, you mother Tucker. What is wrong with you?
Oh, man. Thank you, Nick Mack, for the retweet. I just saw it. I appreciate you. But, yeah, man, that's super awesome. I hope we can get Nick Mack in here at some point, too. I sent him the link. He had Bucks Suns for months. Oh, yeah, he was preaching Bucks Suns even before the NBA playoffs. I think around the All-Star break is when he started talking about Bucks versus Suns as a finals matchup. The Suns were hot all year, man. I just didn't think they could overperform the way that I felt they were overperforming all the way through the playoffs, all the way to the finals the way they have. So I just got to hats off to them. I can't keep being a hater. I can't keep just denying what they're doing right before my very eyes just because I hate Joe Morley.
Oh, that never stops me for anything. I go full hate until it's like everybody keeps like I get text messages once in a while from friends. They're like, man, isn't it good to see CP3 in the finals? Hell no, it's not good to see the Suns, the team that knocked out the Lakers in the finals. I'm not happy about that at all. And especially the way they were staring down, puffing their chests out as they were beating the Lakers. And then I got some sort of like pseudo Suns fans being like, oh, your boy LeBron quit. I'm like, it wasn't because of the Suns. It was because he was out there with Kuzma and AD was injured again. He didn't quit like because he got punked by Crowder or Devin Booker. He was upset because AD went down with another injury for like the third time in one season.
This is an AD regular thing. He needs to figure out what's going on with that. Otherwise, his career is going to be altered by it because he's in a position where LeBron could be passing the torch right now to Anthony Davis, and the Lakers can continue to be a team that goes out and gets superstars to put with Anthony Davis. But Anthony Davis needs to be a top 5 player for that long-term plan to work out.
Well, I've said this and been met with some resistance that I would actually consider trading Anthony Davis if Portland was in for a Dame. Like, because I don't think that they can add a third max player. It's also kind of greedy. Like, I feel like we're trying to create the Nets West if Dame did come and play with AD and they just had a bunch of like jammed in max, veteran minimum contracts around him. But I would be open to that. And I'd be interested if any other basketball fans in the chat think like a trade for AD for Dame. Would you do that? Like Dame might be a little bit older, but at least he's out there all the time. Like that counts for something. So, and I would like that. Have a little redo, a little mini Wade, LeBron, old LeBron.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Dame Wade.
And how much cap would that clear for the Lakers, or will that put them down in the cap because Dame's contract's bigger? I have no idea the contract situation. That's something Nick Mack probably knows, but that would be an interesting trade, and that would be one of the most blockbuster trades in the history of the NBA, obviously.
Yeah. I just that's something that would interest me because if you're going to have AD on your roster, then he needs to be playing, 75 games and be available in the postseason. Exactly. And for one postseason, he was. Like, I'm already not mad about the trade. People will be like, oh, look at all the young talent. Look at all the talent you gave away for AD. And it's like, yeah, but I got to celebrate a championship. So that already makes it worth it in my book.
Yeah, let's talk about it then. Yeah, we already won that trade. Same thing with like the Dodgers and Mookie Betts. I see sometimes questions whether the Dodgers won that trade. They won that trade the day that they won the championship. Same thing with the Lakers. And that's why anytime like it comes up with the Justin Herbert versus Tom Brady situation, because that's been a topic ever since that we've decided that we're going to go with a young quarterback instead of trying to get Brady, or Brady might have decided screw the Chargers. Whichever one happened, I would take Tom Brady and one Super Bowl over Herbert's career, as much as it pains to say that.
What?
Yes.
That's okay. No,
You got to know this. I've gone through my whole life, and I haven't even seen my team play in an AFC championship game.
Here's the thing that's the craziest thing about it. Whatever team he was talking about, they wouldn't have actually won. Like, he's like, oh, you're going to keep him in Las Vegas. You think the Raiders team would have won a Super Bowl last year with Tom Brady? There's no way. The Bucks defense was so loaded. That was the perfect situation for him to go to.
Well, it's only in the situation where if you tell me, yes, get Tom Brady, you're winning one Super Bowl. That's the only – I have to be guaranteed the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that I would take Brady over Herbert right now with the chance of winning a Super Bowl.
So you're saying, yes, you need the caveat of a guaranteed Super Bowl. Because if we're to keep it in the NBA realm, if you told me that they were trading all that talent away for – just Anthony Davis and there was no LeBron here for him to come play with, I wouldn't have wanted that trade.
Nope.
Because I hadn't seen AD's great. He's superstar level, all NBA and whatever, but I hadn't seen him really do anything that made me be like, oh yeah, let's trade away the future for a guy who barely gets into the playoffs.
Yeah, like, he's not putting him on his back by any means.
Yeah, I'm not into mortgaging the future.
Yeah. Ram Nate, we cannot show the actual game. Our stream will be taken down in a matter of, what do you think it will be? A minute, 30 seconds? 2 minutes? I wonder if we can get to 2 minutes. Don't think so. So Ram Nate, we can't show the actual game. We can show you the scoreboard. You got to watch along with me. It's on TNT. They just told me they're on commercial right now.
Yeah. They're back if you're watching on cable like I am.
Oh yeah, like the smart people do. I'm getting the Dodgers-Angels rivalry ad right now.
Well, and they made it a game. Bucks called that last time out. This is the one thing that I love about the Hawks team is all the fight that they've shown throughout this series. Like you can blame the Sixers on Ben Simmons or Doc Rivers or they beat a choke art. They still had to go and win a game 7 in somebody else's house. Like I like that kind of resiliency. That's what I want to see from a young team in big situations.
Yeah, that's what's gotten them this far. And a question that I wanted to ask you, but it might be a little bit too early. We're in the first quarter still. Okay. Say the Hawks lose tonight or if they lose game 7, which I think if they win tonight, game 7 is going to be tough still in Milwaukee. What would you be doing as the Hawks to improve? You just made it to the Eastern Conference championship. Yes, injuries helped you get there to other teams, but nonetheless, you still made it to the Eastern Conference Championship. What kind of piece are they looking for this offseason to keep improving the team?
Okay, so somebody else asked me this question recently, and I said that I wouldn't do anything to this team because the one thing that they're lacking is experience, but they're getting so much of it right now, right? So, like, next year, John Collins is going to be better. I have to assume he's going to continue to develop his game in the post. He can already shoot and hit free throws. Like, he's a really good player. Bogdanovich is a good shooter. I think that was a good investment to bring him there. Clint Capella is going to be, I believe, in a defensive player of the year conversation next year between his rebounding and blocking ability and the focus on team defense that we saw after Nate McMillan took over. Then you have like Huerter is like really emerging as a guy who can be a nice scorer for you. I just look at the team and I'm like, really the one thing they're lacking is experience. But that's currently what they're getting right now. Trae Young has already showed that he's willing to make, adjustments to his game, take less threes, do what's in the best for the team, but he's still dangerous enough where he can step on that logo once in a while, hit the little shimmy, it's game. I love that. Also what he showed in that Knicks series, that's my favorite thing about a player. My favorite thing about a player is when you're being heckled, do you shrink or do you look at the crowd and say, you're welcome? Take this L with you. Go to Broadway. Go check out Lin-Manuel Miranda's new play because you got a bunch of free time because your Knicks are at home sitting on the couch. So I love that about Trae. Trae Young really did move up in my evaluation of him throughout these playoffs. And I was really bummed when we saw the ankle, especially when it's he stepped on a ref's foot. Get off the court, ref.
Yeah.
Why don't you go review something? Go review a flagrant foul for 8 minutes. Don't be ruining things, taking away, like primetime players for me. Brook Lopez showing off the fadeaway.
So it's a developmental thing, in your opinion. Just let them keep developing. weather the super team storm of the Brooklyn Nets, and on the other side, the Hawks are still going to be competitive in this conference.
Sure. I mean, Lou Williams still has a little bit left, not a lot, but a little bit left. And Cam Reddish, he came back from injury. I mean, he's really been firing the ball. In that one blowout game, he got some minutes. He got to run a little bit. I think it was Adam Lewis from What Offseason who was talking about that. That was really key, I think, for him to get out there in some NBA action and get some shots up. He played really well a couple of games ago, I think it was. He was just on fire. He couldn't miss. But Brook Lopez is really dominating for like a second. This is like 5 quarters of Brook Lopez trying to put his stamp on the NBA playoffs, which is just mind-boggling to me.
At quarter 5, it's no longer a fluke. He's trying to take over.
Since that timeout, the Bucks have come out and gone on like an 8-0 run. They're back. They're back to playing how they were at the beginning of the quarter. Shots are falling. They're moving the ball around. New people constantly coming in. I'm curious as to who people have winning this game and who you want to see in the NBA Finals. That's another thing that, I've been hearing a lot more people say they'd rather see the Atlanta Hawks, and I'm wondering if that's because of the Giannis injury. They don't know how long it's going to last, and they don't want to see an NBA Finals without like a real marquee name on it. And I think Trae Young obviously is more of a marquee than my boy Christopher Middleton.
Yeah, and we saw last year with the Heat and the Lakers, the Heat they ran out of gas there in that Finals. It wasn't even really competitive. We don't want to see that back-to-back years.
Yeah, they also had a lot of injuries.
Yep, they did too. Bam Bam, Dragic was out. But Jimmy Butler, that scene of him just like limped over, he can hardly go anymore. Like that's when I was like, oh man, the writing's on the wall. This is gonna be a 5-game series or a 4-game series. What's up, Whip? Welcome back.
Whip is back. Hey, how you doing, bud?
I really missed you.
Whip, who you got tonight?
Yeah, who you got winning tonight? Bucks or Hawks? I believe he was on the Clippers Suns stream, so this is a different one. We get some new opinions from him. I'd like to hear from everybody. You can comment in the live chat for free. We do not have any kind of like super chat or anything like that yet on the channel, so everything's completely free. We just want to interact with y'all and start building a little community here. Whether you're on Twitter, YouTube, or Twitch, you can enter the chat.
Oh yeah, I forgot he is a Ducks fan, right? Also, too, if you are hanging out with us on Twitter, hit that follow button and we'll follow back when the game is over. I'll get to everybody, interacts, talking sports, finding out what's your favorite team.
Speaking of which, Daddy Pope, hit that follow button on Twitter. He wants the Bucks. Let's go, Jrue. Oregon Ducks? No, not the Oregon Ducks, Randy Pepperton, but the Oregon Ducks do produce some pretty great football players, I heard, especially quarterbacks.
Daddy Pope, Drew's been hitting some shots. He's been playing better these last 2 games because he was kind of missing offensively there for a minute. Hawks trying to finish the quarter strong.
Milwaukee Ducks.
Milwaukee Ducks.
I would say let's try and figure out what words are on the logo for this, but I don't want to know. Quackis Antetokounmpo. That's actually pretty good. I put on a hat today from all the forehead comments that he left last time. I'm self-conscious about it now.
Oh, shit. You got in his head. Way to go, Notch. Way to go. Hope you're happy ruining people's lives like that.
I'll probably last about another half quarter with how hot it's going to get. The air off and everything. I should have tried to convince my wife to like switch rooms because this room is the one that the sun faces most of the day. The master bedroom is in the shade most of the day. I should have been like, that's going to be the office. That probably wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, I don't know how the wife is going to feel about that. The marriage might be shorter than you originally anticipated.
Joe Morley Sports Show says that he is the cute one. Whip loves us. We love you too, Whip, in our own not loving way.
I do. I mean, I'm flattered. I had a parody account created for me in the last.
That is true.
It's never happened. for just sitting on my sofa and watching sports and trying to interact with people, I'm here for it.
We don't have rivalries here on the Warzone Sports Network. Our only rivalry is the algorithm. So please smash that like button. We appreciate y'all.
I didn't know where that was going for a second.
I'm putting that on a graphic, by the way, Tony.
I don't know where that was going, but I like it. All right, Hawks finished that quarter.
First quarter. Yeah, they did. Got it back to 4.
We needed it. I really was hoping for a good, close, competitive game. And there was a couple moments where it looked
it's not going well when Brook Lopez is doing one of these.
He hit a couple turnaround fadeaway shots in there.
Tony, you got to give Flash Flanderson. He's also from Canada. You love his takes. He loves your takes, I mean. So you got to give him a take.
I don't know. I need something to take on.
Let's see. How important, like how many ranks in the rankings can Chris Paul go up as an all-time point guard with a championship this year?
Oh, wow.
For you at least. For you. How far do you rise him? Do you rise him into the edge of the top 10, or is he staying outside of that?
I was going to look at that because I had that list on a piece of paper in the garage from when I used to do all the Project Dribble stuff out there. I think I have him currently at 7 behind Jason Kidd, I believe. But I would say in that top 5 range.
Okay.
You know, like move him ahead of John Stockton on my list. Like right now I have John Stockton ahead of him, played in 2 finals, the assists, the shots, like, but I could see if he wins the finals or, you know, even just getting there. Although it depends on how this NBA finals shakes out to me, really. Like that's something that I do. If the Suns for some reason go down like 4-1 to whoever they play and it's like a total choke job, that's not going to be good for the legacy of CP3 or like as a sports fan, how I remember his career. So, but if they win and he's finals MVP, like why wouldn't he be moving to top 5? That's my only argument before for him not being in the top 5 was like not where I could see him. It was where I currently had him on the list and I didn't have him as a top 5 and was getting a lot of pushback for stuff like that. But yeah, definitely right down there somewhere behind, you know, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas, you know, Oscar Robinson behind him on that list somewhere.
I think that's fair, Tony. I know a lot of people are having a hard time bringing him into the top 10 without the championship, without even really playing in any championships. But I feel like getting that ring will kind of be that last accomplishment we need from him to really solidify him. He's 100% a Hall of Famer, like immediately upon retirement.
Well, he also, like the great thing that you can do in basketball especially is in a closeout game, have a memorable game. And he put, 41 points? He had like a double-double with like 13 assists or something in that game. That's a memorable way to end the series. Even though there was no Kawhi, nobody will remember that. They'll remember Chris Paul went back to the house that he revived, basically built, because the Clippers had never really been good before he got there. And he went in on a team that he played for, and he wrecked them on the road in a game 6. So I think that's a real feather in his cap when you're looking at it. Come on, Chris, fire the ball.
Dropped his 41. You want your big-time Chris Middleton game. I know you do.
Get up assists. They're hitting shots and passing, so that's good, too. We stack up that stat column. Like, he had a double-double last game with, 8 assists, and people were like, yeah, Chris was okay. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was okay. He was phenomenal. He shot 50%, and he almost had a triple-double.
Oh, man.
And another rebound. There it is. Pad those stats, Chris.
I'm a little bit behind you, but he's doing a really good job moving around on the court and spreading the ball around as a facilitator.
Close your eyes in about 15 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Not good. It's a good time to cut away.
Tell me when I can open them.
It's a good time to cut away. There was some contact on the play. You can see it. Like, it's okay. It's not that bad. There was some contact. He didn't get the call.
Teague.
That's the difference between a superstar and nah. You know,
I used to be a big Teague fan.
James Harden would have went like this, and they would have been like, we need to review it for a flagrant foul. Throwing his body all over.
Oh, man. Let us know what you guys think so far of the game in the chat when you get a chance. We got the Bucks kind of controlling this game a little bit to start it off. The Hawks have gone on a few runs. They've caught up. They've shrunken the lead down to 4 a few times, but overall the Bucks keep pressing ahead. If this continues, the Hawks are eliminated, y'all, if y'all aren't tracking the NBA playoffs as closely. So big game for the Hawks, big game for the Bucks. Finals trip is on the line. Haven't seen Trae Young since around the 3-minute mark. I wonder if he's okay. Of the first quarter.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't even, because we started late. I wasn't even really paying attention to how sharp he was when he was in the game. Cam Reddish just continues.
He fired a few shots. I don't know how many. I think maybe 3, and I think he hit 1.
He's at the scorer's table.
Yeah. Okay. So he's coming back in.
Where I'm at.
Cool.
So
I wonder how they're gonna conserve him or how effective he's gonna be able to even be. They need him, man. They need him so bad, but
come on.
Twisted ankles are so hard to deal with, especially in a sport like basketball where you're doing a lot of cutting.
Yeah, I think any of these high impact sports, we see it with receivers or running backs all the time. People be like, come on, it's just an ankle injury. Why aren't they out there? I'm like, do you realize what they're doing on that?
Yeah.
The explosion that they're moving with.
In football, you can tape up an ankle sprain, even if it's a major ankle sprain, as long as it's not like a high ankle sprain or something, and still run straight line and be somewhat effective if you're a really good player. In basketball, I don't feel like any kind of ankle sprain you can play through and be effective, just with how much jumping and cutting and everything you're doing on every single play, basically.
Yeah, that was I remember when Drummond got to the Lakers this year, and I was so excited. And then in the first quarter, somebody stepped on his big toe and ripped his toenail off, and I was like, oh. One of the worst injuries I ever had. I used to work for a company, and we used to do those trucks with the big lift gates.
Mm-hmm.
The guy I was moving with wasn't paying attention to where my foot was, and I wasn't paying attention. He lowered the lift gate on my toe, and it exploded the bone in my big middle toe on my right foot. The bone just disintegrated into my. It was the most nasty thing ever. And they're like, we may take your 2/3 of your kind of the middle finger toe on your right foot. And I was like, no, let's just leave it and see what happens. I didn't end up losing it, but it was.
Thank goodness.
It was the most painful thing that I had ever. And the doctor's like, oh, the good news is you won't lose balance. And I was like, yeah, but I'm gonna look like a freak in sandals. What are you doing trying to take my toe away? Let's give it a couple weeks and see if it heals.
I had my life flash before my eyes one time when I was on the ship. I was going down a ladder well, and the way they are made, there's a handle at the top that you can hold on to as you're stepping down. So that way, if there's any kind of wave or anything, you can hold on to that handle and not necessarily fall. Well, the lazy people like me would not hold on to that handle. We would just scurry on down the stairs because we've been down them 100 times. Well, this one time on the very first step at the very top, I slipped. And I was going to go head first down a flight of stairs in the middle of the ocean and in a fully metal ship. Nothing is made of anything other than metal. And it was going to be a very, very bad scene. But as I was falling, I caught the handle somehow with my arm and just swung. And then it slipped and I let go and I just landed on my feet at the bottom. And it was the scariest moment of my life. I don't understand how it even happened, but I also felt like Spider-Man a little bit. There was a person behind me too who was freaking out. They just pissed themselves.
Is there protocol for something like that on a ship where they sound the alarm like a man overboard, or were you just going to be lost and end up in Davy Jones' locker?
Oh no, this was on the inside. I would have just fallen face first onto some metal and non-skid on the floor from I'd say 8 feet, 7 feet high, which wouldn't have felt good. Yeah, it was a miracle that I just barely caught it, so it swung my legs forward instead of me going head first, and I just landed on my feet. And I had to feel all my body parts. How did that just happen?
And from that day forward, you were known as Peter Parker.
Oh, man.
I love it.
Portis missed. I saw Cam Reddish hit a 3. It's been a couple possessions since then. I just want to note it because you were bringing him up, stepping up his game in these playoffs and in this season.
Yeah.
I remember when he was a rookie. He came in with R.J. Barrett, right?
Yeah, so it was that Duke team with Zion, Reddish, and Barrett, and a lot of people were, debating pretty heavily which one of those guys is sort of the guy, going into that. Zion kept getting all the press. I mean, really a lot of it too was like, remember when the shoe blew out, the Nike, like it just, his foot just went out the side, and the legend just grew about Zion and everything. Like, this man, he ran through a shoe. Like, and then you hear Shaq, and he's like, that happens all the time. I used to do that like 3-4 times a game. And I'm like, okay, Shaq, you have to steal everybody's moment. Like, you have to, like, let the kid shine for a second, Shaq.
Also, Shaq, if he's the number 2 person to have his shoes get blown out regularly, and he's being compared to you, it's not a bad comparison. It's definitely a high honor to be compared to the great Shaquille O'Neal and his little deep ass voice. Chuck, I don't want to hear you talk. I don't want to hear you talk anymore.
He's been he tries to make a hawk noise. It sounds like a hawk is being drowned, like being snuffed out with a pillow. I'm like, what is that noise? I love shit. When this TNT crew breaks up, I'm legit gonna miss it. I've been sitting there with like Ernie and Kenny for 25 years or whatever. And
we should recruit them. If they're all going independent, let's recruit them.
We want them to recruit us.
That's true.
Shit.
Whoops.
Just join the umbrella.
July 16th? Did that just say that Space Jam's dropping on July 16th?
Oh, I didn't know there was a release date.
I didn't either. That's like in 2 weeks.
Yeah. There was rumor that I could have possibly reached out to somebody for a premiere that was going on, and I was like, premieres are always kind of way overhyped and annoying. It's like if you're not famous, you just kind of stand behind ropes forever and just like trapped in a little area, and they let everybody else important go by and do their thing, and then they usher you in to fill seats at the end of a premiere. And it's like, well, this isn't as much fun as I thought. Why'd I get dressed up? Nobody cares about, this husky no-name kid standing in the corner.
Let's see here. Space Jam, a new legacy. Release date, July 16th, 2021. Wow, that's coming up quick. LeBron, your Hollywood moment. Your second best Hollywood moment is coming after the championship victory.
I cannot wait for the LeBron Jordan Space Jam comparisons, right? Like, cause what's going to happen. People are going to be, Jordan was way better at Space Jams than LeBron was. It's like the scrutiny level will be just out. It's ridiculous.
Man.
It's so
I should troll all my TikTok followers just because, to show them how much I appreciate them, and like do a LeBron James time travel video and have LeBron win like the next 3 championships, become a movie star, and just really, really ride that, that reputation of being a Bron fan.
Yeah, he definitely came out here to establish himself in a town that he wants to do business in afterwards.
Yep.
Like if you saw the shop, if you saw the production company and everything else that he was going on, it's like, why not come out to LA and try and earn some goodwill? And then he won a championship. Now, as long as he always puts guys like Kobe and whatever in front of him, he will receive all the goodwill that he can in LA, for winning a championship. So I think it was a really smart move on his behalf. It's better than going to a place like New York if you want to get in and break into the Hollywood business. So
yeah, I agree. And he's getting good at it, I guess. I got a buddy who does a lot of graphic design work for the LAFC soccer team in LA. And I guess they did like a promo with LeBron where he, said something on their little Jumbotron, little pre-recorded video, and he's on their social media team, so he was there for it. And he said it was amazing him that a basketball player was going in and out of like character, shooting for that that scene, that short little 30-second hype scene of LeBron hyping up the LAFC fans. He would say LeBron would literally just like break character in the middle and just be like, I need a break, and like just go and start shit talking with people in the back, and then come back out and he's back in character again like that.
I guess I wonder what the character is. Was the character himself?
He just being like super smiley and, you know, just trying to be like a LAFC fan, like a super fan. But when he's like just talking normally, he's just talking like a normal dude, like we are right now, just bullshitting, cursing, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's easier than you think. I mean, you're probably doing it right now. I wonder, like we said last time, you don't talk in a cadence to your wife. You know, you're not like, and guess what we're having for dinner tonight? I just Jimmy John's. Like nobody, you don't talk like that. When you're trying to be engaging or entertaining or whatever it is.
But my normal language isn't like F this, F that, or any of that kind of stuff at the same time. That's kind of like
I'm yelling at my kids, but yeah, I get what
that's
you're
true.
saying. What the? No, my dog threw up today, and I'm like, oh great! Everybody lock the doors. Keep this thing away from any carpet anywhere. Just let her find the hardwood. Hawks are keeping this thing close midway through the second quarter, and Trae Young is actually dancing quite nicely on that play. But not really like trying to turn the corner and get to the rack.
I think maybe the acceleration isn't there.
I don't know. Oh,
I haven't been watching close enough when Trae's had the ball. I need to see how he's doing.
There's something coming up before you right now.
Okay, cool. You can kind of tell watching them how much they can do. You can see it with Harden in that net series. He really, really, really was ailed by the injury.
Yeah, well, the first couple games, he was dragging his leg.
Mm-hmm.
It was still connected, but not by much. Oh, Middleton, what is
wow,
that?
Tony.
You can't miss a bunny. We need those points. All the haters see it. You can't miss the bunny, Middleton.
Okay, he was a little shifty there. I saw him just miss the jumper.
There's John Collins doing more work in the post. I'm telling you, this kid gets his post game. He works on those moves and his ability to score low. He can shoot. That makes him dangerous. Being 6'9's rangy, playing defense, and not being a liability at the three-point line. Imagine if they had that in Philly, how happy they would be.
What's the ruling on that last play? As far as like you're probably like a couple plays ahead of me. Bogdanović tried to do a little Euro step and he caught Jrue Holiday with the elbow. That's an offensive foul?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
It's always one of those things where it's kind of weird. Like, I mean, Jrue Holiday's technically in his space, you know, like it's the same thing with the defender trying to come out and then being in his landing space. Like he's trying to make a move, and to me, the elbow wasn't wild.
No, it wasn't.
Jrue Holiday is so intensely in there and playing defense that contact, it's kind of unavoidable. Like,
it just seems like it's fair play. Yeah, he's
to make the move with like raptor arms.
Mm-hmm.
Like he came over in a Euro step to do that and just clips him in the face.
That's just a weird play to me because Bogdanović is just trying to make a move, and he would make that exact same move the exact same way if Jrue Holiday wasn't so close to him. It's just because Holiday's close to him is why he got tagged with the elbow.
I don't know. I don't want to. I can't look at the box score.
Khris Middleton struggling. Trae Young looks frustrated with his own teammates too, and with the refs. This is not looking good for the Hawks. Not to start this game. I'm not feeling good about it either. Like I'm not feeling the Hawks have a similar pace or a similar motivation in this game right now.
It's heating up, and you can hear. Like I got the sound on a little bit. I can hear the fans are into this. They're pushing their guys along.
You can see Trae Young was telling the ref, like, I'm just talking to you, man. You don't got to give me a T for talking to you. I wonder what he said that triggered the T, but I know the refs are real touchy with it.
I am so tired of referees just handing out technical fouls. It's like, come on. Like, We're here to see them. I mean, unless he said something vile about your mother or wife or whatever, like, let's just move on.
Even then, I mean, yeah, that's bad, and that's something the athlete shouldn't be doing. What can a player say to a ref that has something to do with the game and how you're calling the game? Like, if he didn't touch you, just keep calling the game. Ignore him if he's saying crazy stuff.
You know what I just saw, which I kind of like, and I'm kind of curious if other basketball fans are the same way. Like, these guys don't want to let, like, shooters who are shooting bad get into a rhythm. So if they go to put up a shot, they'll try to block it. Or, like, if it's coming and it's, like, looks like it's going to go in, the center will jump up and knock it out just so the shooter can't see the ball go in. Like, because I do really think there's something mentally about what's going on in a shooter's head. And if you can get just, like, a rhythm shot, even if it doesn't count, it kind of feels good. It's like, oh yeah, I can still make a shot. Like, but you're going to see in a second here, because I know you're behind me, John Collins is like Jrue Holiday. They call a timeout, and he's like going up for a shot, and John Collins is trying to block the shot, but there's already been a timeout. He's like, no, bro. You keep struggling.
I just saw it.
You want to get on schedule. You do it while the clock is ticking. You don't do it on timeout time. You don't get to take a free shot.
It's smart, but I don't know about blocking the shot in the shooter's face. Maybe if you're the center under the basket.
Did you see?
Just jump up and swat into the crowd.
Did you see Collins like reach over?
Yeah, he tried to go over his head and block it.
He's like, you're not getting a shot off. I don't care. But I like this Hawks unit that's on the floor too. Like, I was looking around and I was like, Capella's a good defender, and all four of these guys can score the ball. Trae, Huerter, Collins, and Bogdanovich. That's a really dangerous lineup, especially when they're all healthy. And I mean, who's coming in? Reddish, like he doesn't look like much of a slouch. So, we were talking about it earlier. I'm not really sure what I would do to improve this team.
Development is what
and they can get hot, and they're tenacious. We got I can't wait for Bolster to get back. I can talk to him. He's like, this is the worst Eastern Conference Finals I've ever seen. I'm like, why? Like, he's like the quality of basketball. Like, does Giannis raise it that much? Would Trae Young have raised that last game's quality that much? Or is it just overall because we lost Embiid? We lost the Nets' big three. Like, really the teams that we kind of wanted to see.
Yeah, Brian's a little bit more firm on that opinion, but I'm with him in a sense that maybe not necessarily that I need to see super teams playing. I would like to see healthy teams playing still. And I know that's just you can't really control injuries, the short off season, yada yada yada, whatever you want to call it. But I would rather root for healthy teams playing, even if that means it's the Nets versus the Lakers. I'd rather have a healthy Nets versus a healthy Lakers than an injured Suns versus an injured Bucks as my finals matchup.
Yeah, and part of the reason the Suns have done as well as they've done is they have all of the, they've had health. Other than that shoulder injury to Chris Paul, I know Devin Booker had the broken nose, but he played through it, and he had a couple rough games. And then he had a couple games that were okay. So he was still in there and moving around. I didn't even see what was going on.
So Giannis is resting for the finals only to lose to the Suns. It could be a thing. And Whip does not agree with Johnson because he is a Ducks fan. Quack, quack, quack. Yeah. Pepperton's in here, and he wants to know if Booker is overrated.
We're not going down this
by some, Randy. Some people do overrate Booker. Some people have it just right. Booker's a feature star in the league. I think we can all agree on that. Just we gotta see him become a superstar.
Yes.
The key word in there is future.
That is something I subscribe to. Everything is there for him to really, be the guy who takes over late in games, scores 28 a night, puts up the 50 piece, on a Tuesday in Minnesota, when it's fun. Heads up to Toronto, gives them an 81. Like, he has all of those moments that people want to compare him to. I just want to see it on the grandest stage.
Speaking of subscribing, We passed 900 subscribers today, y'all, and that's a big accomplishment for us. We're 90%. We're 90% of the way to 1,000 subscribers in less than 6 months. I mean, it's still less than like 4 or 5 months, but the 6-month mark just seems like a more like reasonable thing to say, I guess. Less than 6 months, hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. If you want to become a part of the Warzone Army, please tap subscribe if you're new. And for everyone on Twitter, our Twitter page has been doing well as well. We put out tweets and content on there if you guys want to follow if you're on Twitter and on Twitch. That's kind of a road to 50 followers on Twitch, which we're trying to march through. So if you're on Twitch and you're new, please tap the follow. The live chat is free, everyone. Just a reminder. Dr. Joey just left a comment. Can't wait for football season. Man, I can't wait for football season either, Dr. Joey. That's going to be so much fun, especially these live streams, watching them with you guys. Maybe we can get a few Sundays in person too. That'd be fun.
I also feel better about drinking a beer when football's on. You know,
Yeah.
like right now it's like I still have stuff to do when the game's over this evening. Like, but it's Sunday and I can just mow through 5 or 6 beers on the comfort of my own sofa and talk to strangers about football. I'm very psyched about live streaming and you know, having scoreboards up and talking about fantasy and all that stuff.
I have a whole football day ritual, which I need to change up because it's not been working.
The Bucks are going streaking.
My ritual is I have 3 jerseys out, right? And I lay them out, and I just look at them for a while before I decide which one I'm going to wear for the day. It's early in the morning when I first wake up. I'll leave them there sometimes. I'll walk around, take a shower, brush my teeth while I'm deciding. But those 3 jerseys have to be on the bed until kickoff. And then I'll pick one, put it on, enjoy my chicken wings that I pre-ordered, and then watch Red Zone all morning, watch the other teams, maybe go live on Instagram, say hi to everyone, maybe drop some posts on TikTok like, damn, Derrick Henry just threw Josh Norman into the second row. And then for the Chargers game, I can't leave my seat. I have to stay there. I do live streams. I do stuff during the Chargers game, but I cannot leave my seat. So I need to change that ritual up this year because that did not work this last year. I believe that if I followed that to a T, my fantasy teams would win and my team would win, and neither happened. So we're scrapping that whole thing.
I used to be much more superstitious, and then just age sucked the superstition out of me.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a fun thing to do to have that ritual every Sunday.
I do have one friend that I just deemed that he's bad luck, and he cannot watch my favorite team with me for anything.
It just never works out.
The Packers should have won the NFC Championship game against the Giants, Favre's last season there. And my friend Derek walked into the room and Favre threw an interception. And I was, get out! Beat it, you loser. Like, I was so pissed. He knew he wasn't supposed to. My mom's like, why don't you be nice to Derek? Get the out of here right now. Beat it.
I cannot imagine how crazy I would be if my team was playing on that level. I mean, just the few Chargers playoff games I've experienced when Sproles busted that run to take down the Colts in overtime when I was like a teenager, I lost my mind. That was a first round win. And I was running around my high school just telling everyone how we're going to win the Super Bowl. Well, we weren't even expected to win that game. I'm pretty sure the Colts were heavy favorites. They were probably the 2 seed or the 3 seed. But yeah, I can't imagine seeing my team playing in an AFC championship game, let alone a Super Bowl. I would probably like shut all the lights off and just watch it alone because of how crazy I would be.
I got to see some NFC championship games so far. The final 2 ended with me like I remember the one where he was with the Vikings and the Saints. Like I was just exhausted. Like I was drunk. I'm like, I need to take a shower. And I was just in there and I was like, it's done. Favre's done. I've watched this guy for 20 years. Like he can't give anymore. I remember like seeing his ankle and I'm just like, he can barely walk. I'm like 40 years old, 41 years old. He's done. And I've just been like such a big part of my life for 20 Sundays in a row. My favorite player was about to retire. On that play, I was just disgusted.
Pain. True pain. I guess last year I got a little taste of it because I was like super rooting for the Bucks, like borderline bandwagoning on the Bucks for the Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl because I had given the Bucks praise all year because for some reason I always root for the people that are most hated. I don't know what it is. And I got a ton of shit for it. So I was like, I wanted to just throw it in all of my friends and all of the people that dropped in the comments and called me a casual for rooting for the Bucks. I want to throw it in all their faces. And I think the most hyped that I felt the entire football season last year was when Scotty Miller scored right before halftime against the Green Bay Packers. I was jumping up and down. I was like saying people's names like, you're going to get a message from me. You're going to get a message from That was crazy. My wife has the video, I'm pretty sure, still on her phone.
Cheer for the Bucks and Tom Brady to win. We're gonna talk about that off air.
I root for the most hated. I don't know why. I love the hated teams. I'm a big Dak Prescott fan, big Tom Brady fan. I don't know what it is. LeBron James is my favorite basketball player.
I root for Prescott too. What do you say we hit that "we'll be back" ad and take a little break during halftime? Come back for second half strong.
Sounds good.
We're gonna cheer on the Bucks going to the NBA Finals.
Sounds good. I think that's where this is trending. The Hawks are hanging in the game. They're trading shots for him. We'll see if they can make it last the entire game. Capella just missed that last shot before half. Thank you guys for tuning in the live stream thus far. We appreciate you, all million viewers we have right now. We'll be right back on the other side of the half. And we're back. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the third quarter stream with Mike on the mic. And we're back again. Sorry, I had to go and turn off the air conditioning. I sacrifice heat strokes for y'all by leaving my air conditioning off just for audio quality because that thing is loud. But we're back. The Bucks still in control of the game, up 7 points here. The scoreboard's ahead of me by quite a bit at this point. So you guys may be ahead of me, which works out for the stream because you can like watch what happens in the game and then get my reaction right after it. Not too much going on in the chat tonight. We're used to like a regular conversation going on in the chat. So if you guys want to bring up any topics, football, basketball, anything, we'll talk about it during the game while it's playing. And as things get down to crunch time, we'll focus in on Khris Middleton dropping threes like he just did. Khris Middleton has the ball again. Khris Middleton's been impressive in these playoffs at times. Been really impressive. Reached and played above the caliber player I thought that he would be before entering the playoffs. We know Tony Tucker's a huge fan. Tony Tucker will be back here in the late third, fourth quarter. So don't worry, it won't just be me annoying y'all. If anyone's in the chat wants to leave any chats, go ahead. Everything is free. We don't have any super chats here. We're not trying to hold anyone down for money right now. So please get in the chat. Help me feel a little less lonely. We're going to the commercial break, and the Bucks are on a run. Up 10 right now. I don't know. The Hawks have had a few runs where they've gotten back in the game, but I'm just not feeling the energy from them. I could see it on the court. They don't seem to have the same kind of energy this Bucks team does. I think this series is ending tonight, y'all. I think this series is ending tonight. Does anyone think the Hawks are going to come back and win this game? They're only down 10, so with a lot of time left. But still a little bit of a tall task for them. We've got this little ditty still, which I like to use when I'm running solo because I get all the power. I can do whatever I want. It's always fun. I like the little Sports Force theme. The beginning of it. Produced by RC Productions. Let's see what we got here. We need a comment. If you're there and you're in the chat, just leave a comment that you're still there. Just one. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a poop emoji. Give me anything. Give me a sports question to talk about. Getting a Schwab commercial. Schwab Intelligence. Look at these stat lines right now. Maybe we can do that. Pulling it up right now. See what Brook Lopez is doing. Brook Lopez, watch. Brook Lopez has 8 points, 5 rebounds. Middleton's the high scorer for the Bucks, but it's been a team effort. Middleton with a 13-3-3 game being put together right now. Jrue Holiday's got 10 of his own, but the 7 rebounds being the key there for Holiday. That's a great game for him, rebound-wise and hustle-wise on the floor. He's got 6 assists along with it. I think Jrue Holiday actually is outperforming Middleton a little bit here, but you don't really see it. Or it doesn't stand out to you as much because it's in the rebounds and assists categories. Portis putting in his normal work. He's only got 4 points, but the 5 rebounds already, 2 assists. Who else has some numbers here? Connaughton has 6 rebounds. That's about it for the Bucks. Let's go to the Hawks, see who's kind of shining for them. We got Clint Capella with 10 points, 8 rebounds. He's going for a double-double tonight. Huerter, He only has 2 points, but 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 11 points for Bogdanovich. Trae Young, the key here, 5 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Trae Young trying to play through injury and is not lighting up the stat sheet so far in this one. John Collins only has 4 points. The Hawks just don't seem to have the energy. We see all the way down to Lou Williams having 2 points on the stat sheet. Just everyone's kind of picking up points here and there, but there hasn't been any serious long runs where the Hawks have gotten back into the lead or anything like that. Project Dribble, Middleton's heating up. Yeah, he's been hot here to start the third quarter. Trying to put the exclamation point on this series, which we all know Khris Middleton is the closer of this team. Sorry, Giannis. Giannis may be the more valuable and more unstoppable force than Middleton, but when it comes to taking shots, it's going to be Middleton. I feel like everyone kind of has that realization, but we're not too accepting. Wow, an and one there for Middleton right as we're talking about him. He's playing with a lot of confidence with Giannis out. He's playing like a number one. He's not the number one of this team, though. And Tony Tucker's going to come back and argue who's taking the shot at the last second. Yes, Middleton is. But if you need a bucket and it's not a shot, it's Giannis by a wide margin when it comes to getting to the rim. The other problem is Giannis' free throws at the end of games. So interesting dynamic between those two and the discussions that's been going on in the NBA world on which one of them is the number one on this team. I think a lot of people would go with Giannis, but there's a case for Middleton, especially when he's playing like this. He just put another one down. Middleton starting to take over a little bit here in the third quarter. Trae Young with the ball, shoots at wide open three. Trae Young's shot is off. Trae Young's shot is off right now. The Hawks, we're seeing the end of this Hawks run, which has been an impressive run. Not expected at all in these playoffs. Cam Reddish coming back into the game, trying to provide a little bit of a spark. Taking Huerter out. Middleton went for another shot there, but Brook Lopez called for the foul. I was hoping Brook Lopez will have another monster game, so I could put him on a graphic, but it's not looking like it. There we go. Trae Young with a nice little burst to the rim. Oh, you see he put his head down, start running, hobbling a little bit. He feels pain. He's in pain. Jrue Holiday misses. Hawks come back. Here's a chance for the Hawks to begin a little bit of a run here. And then the travel is called on John Collins. Just when you think the Hawks are going to start to maybe get a little bit of momentum, he commit that very, 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 very dumb foul. Yep. He went over. Dang. I want to see a good game regardless. That's all I care about. PJ Tucker hits the deck. No foul called. Middleton hits again. Middleton is on fire here in this third quarter. How many points has he scored? 16 in this quarter. Trae Young misses another 3. PJ Tucker needs to stay standing. Jeez. Reddish hits a 3 from the corner. He's a little bit hyped about that one. Still down 13 here. Yeah, Middleton is heat checking every possession and hitting every possession. Middleton saucing up Reddish a little bit. Now they double team. Kicks it to Tucker. Over to Holiday. Holiday hits. The Bucks smell blood. It's in the water right now. The Hawks need to go on a run here. This is going to get out of control. They're hitting shots here and there, but the Bucks are raining right now in this third quarter. Collins kicks to Capella. What a pass. Collins went up for the layup, realized the pass was there, and kicked it to him. Middleton with the ball here on Trae Young and Reddish. Just shoots it. Doesn't care if he would have hit that. Wow. Trae Young on the rebound. Throws to the corner. Reddish again. Hits another one. So back and forth basketball here. The only unfortunate thing for the Hawks is they're going back and forth down 14. Or down 11 on my screen. Middleton kicks to Lopez, who hits with the man in his face. What an exciting couple possessions here for both teams. Going back and forth. Brook Lopez doesn't care if there's a hand in his face. Trae Young kicks to Reddish. Reddish has been good in this game. They should keep him out there. He's got Brook Lopez on him right now. He's saucing a little. John Collins spin around jumper, misses. This is what I'm talking about. The Hawks, they go on furies, but the Bucks are really, really keeping this lead at 10 to 15. Every time the Hawks try and crawl back in, they extend that lead back out. Trae Young's off on his shot. You don't know how much that has to do with the ankle or not. But Reddish's shot is on, so I think they got to feed the hot hand here if they want a chance to get back in this game. And we got another commercial break. What's going on, y'all? Hop in that chat. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all three has the live free chat if you guys want to. Project Girl said he's on fire. Someone go get that man. You're getting a Loki commercial here. Has anyone been watching the Loki show? It's a show or is it a movie that's coming out? Or is it just an Avengers commercial? If you guys watch on YouTube TV, you're seeing it with me. It was a Hyundai commercial. Chris Paul commercial. We were talking about it on the last stream. Are they going to have a Chris Paul Finals State Farm commercial? And Tony has some experience and some time in that realm of the world when it comes to like producing commercials or producing TV shows and stuff. And he was saying that big companies like State Farm have the hindsight to put something together if their guy goes to a championship. So they got multiple like commercials planned out and possibly recorded in case he made it. I don't know how much shooting Chris Paul is going to be willing to do on set while he's preparing for the NBA Finals, but I also don't know how much he would have to be there. Like, would he just go in, say his lines a couple times, spend 2 hours there, and be out? Because I feel like that's reasonable. I don't know how that process goes for the athlete in the commercials. And that would be pretty cool if he had a State Farm championship commercial or something. Chris Middleton's got 16 points here in the third quarter. Let's see what Whip said. He said, Trae ass cheeks. I think he's just hurt, man. He's hurt, trying to play through injury. And when you're playing a team that can kind of smell the blood, like I was saying, or they can see that the Hawks are wounded and see that the Hawks are going down, they're going to play with so much more confidence. It's hard to overcome that in an elimination game like this, coming back probably too early to try and make it happen. It's just not happening. They got to feed Cam Reddish right now. He's the hot hand. John Collins needs to get more involved. Clint Capella had a dunk there. They got to get these guys involved. And on the other side of the court, they got to find a way to slow down Brook Lopez and Khris Middleton. These two are taking over the last couple of games. You see Capella has 12 points. Whip saying, nah, he's dog water. I don't think he'd be in the Eastern Conference Finals right now if he was dog water. But to each their own opinion, I guess, right? I was asking Tony what moves that the Hawks should be thinking of making this offseason. So if any of y'all have any recommended moves or any thoughts on that topic, let me know. I know that Tony said they should just develop. The ball just got turned over on an inbound. That was a weird play. Oh, no. It's not a turnover. Okay, I thought it was a turnover. Oh, Tony Tucker. Hi.
What did I miss?
Welcome back. I don't know. I feel like you probably missed the most exciting third quarter that you could have possibly witnessed in the history of your life.
What happened? How did the Bucks get all these points?
Brook Lopez hit a 3.
Oh, good for Brook. I'm happy. I'm gonna have to check the box score and see what happened.
This is what we need Brian Bolstered here for, so you could throw this Khris Middleton love in his face. Middleton is on fire. Jrue Holiday's playing well too. The Bucks are winning this game.
Don't be hesitant. Just give it up to Christopher. Christopher Middleton.
There was like a 5 possessions there. Well, he hit 5 in a row.
Oh, I was making dinner. I was cooking, and Middleton was cooking at the
And
same
the one
time.
the one that he missed in that string of events, like a foul got called, so it didn't really count as a miss. Here he is again.
Even
Kicks
when
to
he
PJ
misses, I
Tucker.
say it's a make. Even when Khris misses, it's a make.
Where did this Khris Middleton love start?
Just like watching Bucks games, right? And then everybody just telling me how amazing Giannis is, and then I would watch Middleton hit the big shots in the fourth quarter, and I was like, wait, hang on a second. And then everybody's obsessed with like the whole 40, 50, 90 club or whatever. And if you go look at Middleton's stats, they're very impressive. Like he shoots close to 50% from the field and 40% from 3 and almost 90% from the free throw line. Like he's putting up really great numbers. He just doesn't get the same recognition because he doesn't dominate the way Giannis does. And like I said, I'm never taking anything away from how great Giannis is. I just would like people to balance it out a little bit more. That's why I'm over the top for Middleton. Like if you said they were each on the same equivalent team in different places, I don't think the records would be that far off. But if you put them together, they can their weaknesses and strengths, they can balance each other out.
They're a good duo. I think Connaughton's DMs are going to be full after that cup check.
Shit, we got to call the fire department in Atlanta. We got to put this man out. He's walking around like torch right now. Woo! I know I'm a little bit ahead of you. I'm from the future. I'm here to tell you.
Well, did you see the cup check?
Notch, how come you hate? Why Notch is a Bucks fan? Why does he hate Middleton so much?
No, I don't think he hates Middleton. He said he hates Trae Young. He said that he's booty cheeks.
He would say he's booty cheeks. Booty sweat. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Tropic Thunder, anyone? Fun movie. Oh, he's just heat checking him like crazy now.
I've seen Tropic Thunder. I think as hot as he is, the Bucks will probably be completely fine with Middleton taking the rest of the shots from here on out. Wow. Cam Reddish literally just knocked the ball out while Brook Lopez was going to go and knock it out him to himself.
It's really like when I'm watching this.
Step back right over his head.
The level of basketball that was being played in the Suns and Clippers series, it just seems so much better, such higher quality play that we were seeing. I feel like neither of these teams are going to beat the Suns. I'm going to cheer for the Bucks. I'm probably going to pick the Bucks. But
if Giannis can get out there and play healthy basketball, like that's the one thing. Getting out there is one thing, and then being healthy out there is another thing. It is the finals, so he's going to play through injury even if he has to. If he can get out there, I think they can make this a series. But without him, it's kind of tough. See, he loves Cash Money, Khris.
I love it.
He's Cash Money right now.
Notch. Yes. Middleton all day.
You see the next comment?
Nobody, you know what? I'm gonna have to like restart Project Dribble just to have him on that. Like so he doesn't come on the war zone, like in case he does go crazy, but Notch, I'll upload my Project Dribble account. You and I will sit down and talk some hoops face to face if you ever want to get on a live stream.
Or IG live. That's easy to set up.
I always forget that there's like other forms of communication with people.
That way, if it goes really, really bad, you can just delete it.
honestly, like as long as it's on my personal stuff, I really don't care. It's not me. I'm not gonna get on there and act a fool. I mean, any more than I already do.
Yeah.
Sitting on 16, Reggie.
Wow.
Talk to the people about this.
running straight into a crowd, and Khris Middleton is still trying to throw him up. Corpse 5. Hawks suck. Just straight suck. Yeah, they do suck right now. They're down their best player. I know Trae Young's out there, but he's not. He's not on. He's not on at all. Whether it's the injury or whether he just is trying to get back in the flow of things after a couple days off, but it's not the same Trae. We are seeing a wounded Hawks team going down here in this game.
But possibly, could the coaching staff, the training staff, have ordered some hot wings for Lou Williams, and he comes back in and makes this a game? And also, too, like, Cam Reddish is firing like crazy right now. And to say the Hawks feels really shitty because nobody thought they were going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It says gaming, sketches, rants, fishing, and vlogs.
For what?
All those letters on Whip's logo.
Okay. I wonder what kind of sketches he does. Curious.
Yeah, we'll have to go check it out. I wonder if it's on this channel or on his actual channel, and this is just his troll channel. He said, nah, if we on a live, we are talking respectable basketball. I respect that. And I apologize for putting you on timeout now. The Sixers should have won. Yeah, they dealt with their own injuries. That kind of came to their downfall.
Khris has had his second 20-point quarter of the Eastern Conference Finals. Can the man get a little bit of love? And this is the second time he's done it on the road. Every time I talk to people, well, have you seen Chris's road numbers? This is the second road game that he's had a 20-point quarter. And one of them was in the fourth.
I just want to take a minute to shout out Corpse 5. If you follow us on Twitch, Corpse, we will chant your name and we'll celebrate. And I'm working on getting a disco ball in the war zone to celebrate when people subscribe.
And Corpse, I agree with you. They should have won the series. And this is private conversations I've had endlessly with family members and friends. How come Doc doesn't make that move to go to Tyrese Maxey in the fourth quarter in one of those games? The Sixers should have won. They needed to make one adjustment to keep the offense flowing in that direction. They should have won. I agree with Corpse.
Whip said he doesn't have any videos yet. He'll drop some soon. Whip, I promise you that all of us will watch your video.
Yeah.
If you put one out. Corpse said, I know. He agrees with you on this. You guys are on the same page.
Yeah,
with
he said it first, so I agreed with Corpse.
Yeah, it's like you agree with him, and he agreed with you that you agree with him.
Yes.
Teague just hit a shot.
Well, I'm assuming that I'm older.
Against his old team.
I said everything first. That's how I work. If I'm older than you, I just said everything before.
You get credit, no matter what.
I had to put up with so much nonsense when I was younger. Now I just make young people do the same thing. Cam Reddish 4 of 5 from distance tonight. Really gonna be.
He's doing good. Oh, here you go. You ready?
Oh
yeah. Twitch follower. What number are you, Corpse? Let us know which number you are.
Twitch.
You should be 16 or 17. So let us know which follower you are. But I'm going to chant right now. Corpse 5. Corpse 5. Corpse 5. Corpse 5. Corpse 5. Ah!
I can't wait. The football season, I'm gonna crush a beer can on my head. I feel like such like a frat boy whenever I chant. It's such a douchey thing to do. But,
well, we originally were singing, and then we started chanting.
Well, we realized none of us can sing. Jeff Teague.
And Joe can sing. Don't try and say that about Joe. I love it when Joe sings. He sings every Friday night. If you guys want to tune in to Friday Night Wars.
The ability to sing and
he's not sure. He's 16 or 17, so
being able to sing.
We're almost there. That hurt. I'm not hitting my chest no more. I used to do that a lot in sports. I'm not doing that no more.
Yeah, but you had adrenaline running through you. Like right now, you're in the comfort
That's
of
true.
your own home.
I'm just like sitting here, like, why am I hitting myself?
Yeah. Abusing yourself at this point in your life is really that's on you for just being an idiot. Like all of a sudden, like, you know, you're just like, okay, take this. Bah! You don't need that. Nobody needs that in their life.
Blue Will with a nice move. Didn't finish, but I think a foul was called. Is he going line? Looks like it.
That's what I said. Maybe the training staff got some chicken wings for lemon pepper, and might be able to pull them close. They might have been in there with a little T-Pain, a little, like you said, a disco ball, making it rain. Drew Holiday says, I got my own strippers too. Bah, downtown.
It's crazy. Skip went on like that tangent, and he dubbed the Lemon Pepper Lou name, but he was talking like Lou Williams was going to be their playoff savior. Lou can ball, I understand. But this was a team with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard healthy playing. You know what I mean? They should have been able to do it without sweet Lou, Lemon Pepper Lou. Didn't Paul George come out and say, like, we just plain out did not want to be in the bubble also, like, on top of it, and it's hard to play through when you don't want to be there.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk about that from the Clippers, right?
Yeah.
Like, even when there was, like, the thing that went down in Kenosha, Wisconsin, we had the situation where teams were going to leave or whatever, and the Clippers were like, hey, we all thought we were going at that point. Like, everybody wanted to be gone, and I get it. You know, like, nobody wants any of that stuff to happen. There's mental illness. It's a sticky situation. It's weird. It's like, I don't know. That's something I'm curious to talk to like basketball. I want to talk to Nick about this too. Is like the Clippers situation where it's like, what do you do if you're the Clippers right now? Like, do you go to Kawhi and say like, hey, we'll do whatever you want. If you don't want Paul George here, we'll try to move him. You know, like we want you to stay, but also like I read somewhere, this could have just been like an erroneous tweet that I saw, but somebody said something about like Kawhi was mad at the training staff because they didn't take his knee sprain seriously enough. Did you see anything about this? And I was like,
I saw that. Yeah.
What were they supposed to do? Were they supposed to come out and go, this is the most egregious knee sprain we've ever seen. It was horrible. If this happened to a normal man, they would have died on the spot. Like, what was he looking for from the training staff? That's what I don't get.
That's probably why there was kind of like that couple day delay from Kawhi being injured. We found out that there's a knee issue and us finding out the severity of it and whether or not he was playing. I bet they were hashing that out behind the scenes. That's what I was saying when we were on some of these live streams. Like, it's so strange that a player his caliber and how important he is to this team's finals run, possibly at the time, that they have not come out with news on his injury, and it's been like 3 days. We didn't find out until the next game what his status was.
Justin Marvel was right about, by the way. He said Kawhi will never play again in the series. That was the only thing that Justin was right about during our conversation, by the way. Justin, I know that you watch these, so I just want to let you know I was right about Devin Booker in that series. Corpse, I am a Lakers fan. I cheer endlessly for the Lakers. Even when they lose, the team that put them out, I will root against the Suns until they lose in the NBA Finals. Even though everybody's like, oh, Khris, we want you to win. I don't know why I was doing like a bad Kevin Hart impression, but that's how I feel about that situation.
I'm also a Lakers fan, Corpse 5, but I am a fan of sports, and I am a fan of exciting games. I don't care if it's tennis, if it's cycling. One of my favorite sporting events ever was when Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon met an inch apart at the finish line. I watch any sport.
Hell yes.
NASCAR.
You can miss me on NASCAR, but most things like
Sixers fan.
Sixers, yes, they should have won. Okay, Corpse, this is great. I have a Sixers fan here. Ben Simmons.
Oh, there we go.
Gone? Not gone? Where do you want him? What would be acceptable? I like the Malcolm Brogdon trade rumors that were out there. Do you like those rumors? Like, where are you at on that? Do you want to aim for the stars and try and get Dame? Are you okay with CJ McCollum? Like, what would be your dream scenario? Or maybe you are a Ben Simmons supporter and you want him back. Nothing wrong with that. I just think in Philly's a tough place to play. Philly's a tough place to play anything. You got to be different to be able to put up with the stuff the Philly fans throw at you. That's what I said.
You just said he sucks.
He sucks. He's like, you can stop trying to be nice to Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but we rejected the Brogdon trade. There was a Brogdon trade? I didn't hear about this.
Well, so what I heard was that they said the Brogdon deal was offered, and they said, we're not interested in trading him. But I thought that was more of like sort of posturing. Like they thought they could maybe get more.
Okay. They're just being patient with it, seeing if there's any more offers that come through. Corpse, I put up this graphic today on my Instagram page. Let me know what you think of possibly. This will be a package. You guys will get more than just this player. This will be a package, but what would you think of this? Kyle Lowry in a package for Ben Simmons.
I just love this graphic because Dame's on the Lakers.
Oh, I do that. I did that just to piss people off because they know I'm a Lakers fan, so they always get triggered anytime I talk about LeBron, the Chargers, and the Lakers.
Hey.
So, Kyle Lowry, what do you think about that, Corpse? That's the question.
I do want Dame. We all want Dame. Dame's the hot chick in the corner of the club right now, and we're all like, all right, who's going over to get rejected first?
Yeah, he might just say, I'm staying in Portland. Lowry and a first for Ben, I would. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A package of picks, or maybe another young player that's like a developmental guy that can come off the bench. I don't know really what Toronto has to offer too much. I don't follow Toronto close enough unless they're playing in the playoffs.
Connington. Pat Connington's he's a good bench player.
What do you think, Tony? Is that fair? A first-round pick and Kyle Lowry? You don't know what that first-round pick is going to be. That's the only thing.
I might try and poach one of the young talent guys there for sure. But I'd be happy with that. I think no matter what happens, is that that's my Filipino interpreter.
Also known as your wife.
Yeah. More importantly. But for the war zone purpose.
Yes.
Cecilia, where you at?
Cecilia.
I think that's a good trade for them. Like the Sixers get back some compensation. You also don't really need anybody else to plug in right away. Like if anything, I'd get a big for when Embiid's knees go out and just sort of like have that person ready to step, develop them. Corpse, you're Filipino? Where are you from? My wife's from Cebu. Love the Filipinos. Can't wait. I'm thinking about going live for the fight.
Ooh.
Because
That'd be a fun watch party. I want to go live for the McGregor Poirier card because O'Malley or Sugar Shane or Sean, he's fighting too. He's an entertaining fighter. And Greg Hardy's fighting. Remember him?
Yeah.
He's entertaining to watch too. He's a heavyweight that can move like the smaller guys. So I actually would be down to watch that card with Talk Smack with Mac and you. That would be a fun one.
Corpse, we're essentially related.
Oh yeah, you're related by connection through city.
His dad speaks Visayan, like my wife.
Wow, we all have Filipino connections. I've been to the Philippines, Corpse. I've been to Subic. Everyone keeps telling me that wasn't the destination, so I gotta go somewhere else next time I get a chance.
Oh man, Corpse, you gotta come back to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, we need you, Corpse. If you have a YouTube account, come over and sub on there and turn on the notifications. It'll alert you every time we go live. We love having new viewers that are this active in the chat. I mean, Corpse has some scrolling here with his comments. We appreciate you, Corpse.
Twitch represents.
Okay. Oh, it's Dodger Joey. That wasn't even Corpse. I thought that was Corpse.
No, I know. Dodger
Okay.
Joey's just like, wait, say my name.
Corpse, we'll chant your name again if you subscribe.
Yeah. Turn into Destiny's Child. Say my name.
I went live on TikTok, but I have no idea what I put as my title for like why I'm live. Because I have posts doing well. I don't know. Can I put that on there?
Why don't you put welcome to the Khris Middleton pre-NBA Finals MVP party? Am I right, Notch? I know you're still there. You guys, you have no idea how annoying I will be if Khris Middleton won an NBA Finals MVP. Oh my goodness. I would have Khris Middleton post multiple times a week. I would go find out what the guy had for dinner and update you on what a Finals MVP eats for dinner. I'd be so obnoxious if Khris Middleton were to win the Finals MVP. And don't tell me it can't be done. Iguodala, he stole a Finals MVP. I would say a young Kawhi Leonard on the Spurs stole an MVP. I mean, you could have given that to Ginobili or Duncan in that series, Tony Parker. But Kawhi played great defense, put some buckets up. We got, I think they got one last run. Got to get some stops. and they got to get hot from 3. It's the only chance they have left.
Oof.
I think Tobias Harris is better than Khris Middleton. Not biased. I disagree with that, but I'm not mad about it. Like, I also think Tobias Harris is a very good player. Tobias, he gave buckets to the Lakers in the regular season game. The problem is Tobias had 4 points in a playoff game this year. 4 points. Also in game 7, he could have been a little bit more aggressive down the stretch. But I do agree. Tobias he's a very good player. Like, I don't know. My thing is always like, when you give a guy max money, I need you to have a max money game. That's all I'm asking for. And I think we saw that from the 20-point fourth quarter, and I think we saw that in the third quarter, blood in the water. No Giannis, the guy that everybody loves, and Middleton comes out and gives you 20 points in the third quarter. Like, that you need that from your number 2. Your number 2. And in my estimation, he's a 1A to him. But I'm not mad about anybody saying that Tobias is better. That's fine. I just disagree. I really think Atlanta fans are going to give their team a standing ovation.
Yeah, probably. I mean, this run has been very impressive, and let's be honest, it was unexpected. Whip is on your side of this debate, but we're talking about like a Bucks fan versus a 76ers fan. So
I know, and Notch just wants to pick a fight.
That's true.
Notch, what's wrong with you? Did your old man skip town and you just are like picking a fight with people? Like, I get it. I grew up with no dad too. My dad's a scumbag, dodging child support in Florida. Like, why would picking a fight? We both agree Middleton's better. And
Jokic or Embiid? Jokic or Embiid? This has been a hot topic this whole year, basically.
Corpse, I am Embiid all day, every day. Here's the issue. It's the knees. But Embiid, I always say that Embiid is has the potential to be Shaq on a whole nother level. He can dominate you in the paint. He shoots like 90% from the free throw line, and he can make threes. Not at like a super high clip, but enough that you have to respect it. Like, he should be dominating. There's just every time that he really starts to establish himself as that guy, there's an injury. It's like, bro, we can't have this. It's the same thing. AD, everybody always tells me how great AD is and how much better he is than LeBron. And then I look up in game 4 and it's like, oh, the Suns are about to run away because Cam Johnson and James Crowder are hitting 3-pointers and AD is nowhere to be found. So it's the knees. But like, if I just had to have one, I would take Embiid.
I proofread this, so we can go ahead and read it. My dad skipped town because I was playing your videos, and he was like, nah, I'm going to head out.
That's the second show in a row, Notch. He got me last time. I don't remember what it was, but he said something about how, like, he made a comment about me being old, and it was really funny. It's good. He's got good jokes. I think he can write good sketches. We'll teach you how to write.
I got to go for a half second.
All right. All right, Corpse. Better playmaker, Joker. Embiid is more talented and physically gifted. Yeah, well, also, too, like, I think that one of the things that we got to see that was so exciting was how they used Joker, right? When they started running the offense through him, like, it was really exciting to see a center be able to pass that well and still be able to dominate. The problem is like, we got to crunch time and then they get swept. Like, the MVP shouldn't get swept in a series. That's just me. And granted, he got a weak ejection in that game against Campaign. Campaign was like, oh no, my nose. They're like, bro, he's reviewing. He's like, I'm good. What's happening? What time are we going out tonight to celebrate this broom party we just threw down on? Yes, and Embiid can shoot too. I don't think he's the same shooter as the Joker. No. But I would say his ability to shoot is something you got to respect. And the thing that killed me was when he missed those free throws. What was it, game 7? Game 6? Game 5? I don't know. Sorry. Had a couple drinks. Game 5, I think maybe it was. He missed a couple free throws. That was the one. I should put the comments on the screen. Mike leaves, and then the whole thing just falls apart. It's my bad. Embiid can shoot. There it is. I think the Suns Nugs series would go 6 or 7 if the Nugs had Jamal Murray. That to me is very interesting. And one of the questions that I was asking to people was like, if you're Jamal Murray, how far do you want the Nuggets to go? Like, you really want to cheer for your team. It's the same thing I asked a couple of my friends today about Giannis. Like, do you want your team to win back-to-back games without you in the playoffs when they already won the only game that you guys won against Miami, like 7 months ago in the bubble? Like, you could now move to 3-0 without you, the $220 million man or whatever he's being paid there. But yeah, for me, Jamal Murray I wanted to see if he could do what he did in the bubble in the playoffs this year. And that's what was robbed. I love Jamal Murray. Like, I drafted him probably a round early in my fantasy basketball draft this year because of what he did in the bubble the year before. Like, I was just so excited coming into the season, and then he had kind of a slow start to the year, but he picked it up. His injury to me is like part of it's part of the sadness of like rushing these teams back so quickly to grab some extra paychecks, because the NBA pretends like they care about all these guys, but really they care about their bottom line the most. So let's force them all back out there as fast as we can. We're just yeah, it's okay. Here we go, guys. Just play this super intense game at the highest pace and level that it could possibly be done. And then if you get injured, who knows?
Vib. Ooh, Adrian Peterson. Look.
Oh.
Vib, I know Vib. He has a YouTube channel, Fanatic Films.
Okay.
He's an upstart. He's a TikToker. He's actually got a good sports TikTok page.
I like it. I don't have the only TikTok I have is the one for our company.
Yeah.
And that's like, I don't go on it. I just don't.
But I wish Sixers could trade Simmons for either Bradley Beal or Jamal Murray.
Bradley Beal's the better option there for me, because
Yeah.
I honestly think that if you could run like you move Tobias to the small forward, Beal at the 2, that's a nice, or let those two run as like a backcourt sometimes once in a while. Maybe they finish it off and Beal kind of like plays that pseudo point guard.
Corpse is a Philly fan. Oh, Vib's a Nuggets fan. He's like, we'll keep Jamal.
I figured if he's a Philly fan, he's got to be an Eagles fan too. I'm sorry about that.
Wait, so which do you think is more realistic, though? Acquiring Jamal off this injury or acquiring Bradley Beal after? It wasn't an amazing season, but I think the Wizards surprised us with Russ. They were okay. They were a decent team. Like, I don't know how much the Wizards would want to get Bradley Beal out of there. He's been in the trade rumors for years now.
See, Bradley Beal to me suffers a little bit from that. Like, he had to be the guy for so long, and he might not be the guy. But if he was the second guy, he could be good. He could be the first guy on a lot of nights. You know, those kind of guys where it's like they can't be the number. It's Paul George. Can't be the number one for maybe a whole year. Doesn't have the consistency and mentality. But if he can be the number one 3 out of 4 nights, he has that capability. I feel the same way about James Harden sometimes. You know, like James Harden tends to shrink when stuff is tougher and it's the fouls. He doesn't get all the free throws.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like he can reach up the rungs. He can reach up the ladder and be a number one on nights when he's absolutely needed to be. But he'd be better as a scorer. That's just gonna score a ton of points. Off of kicks from whoever the number one is, which would be Russell Westbrook, I guess, in this situation. There's also rumors of Russell Westbrook possibly getting traded. Where would you like to see him go, possibly?
I like what am I calling him? How do I say his name? I'm going with Vibe K. Vib K?
Oh, Vib. You can just call him Vib.
Vib. So Vib, I like that the laugh. It's like a couple of years ago, people would like when they were still defending Ben Simmons, and everybody was calling me an asshole for saying, "Wait, so the guy who can't shoot free throws and refuses to take jump shots? That's okay. All right, cool." But now there's like laugh emojis at the idea of trading for Ben Simmons. Mike, we got a basketball game here.
Kinda.
Not
Cam
kinda.
Reddish just hit another big shot.
We
He's
got a
been really good
basketball
tonight. It's 10 points.
with 5 to play.
They ain't coming back, Tony.
No. You gotta close out because also the Bucks have a really bad habit of just like relying on just jacking up 3-pointers at the end of games.
Middleton looks good, man. I'm starting to become a fan. I know he bricked this shot right now, but just his handles and everything. I didn't realize he was this good.
Look at the numbers; they don't lie. I'm telling you, the guy will get. He gets more assists than the great facilitator Devin Booker that Justin Marble was talking about.
Whip wants to debate Joe Worley. Is that the evil Morley? Worley? They flipped it upside down like Wario.
I want you to debate Joe Worley too. I tune in for that.
Corpse rooting for Chris Paul here, so he's against us. And one. Who was that? Trae? Oh no, it wasn't and one. It's just a foul. I thought it went in.
But we're getting some free throws. And this is the game.
Oh, he got shoved.
The game we wanted. Like, remember at the beginning, I said, what did I say? 114 to 110.
Something like that. Yeah, it was close. Let's go. Kurt Warner watches the Warzone Sports Network. Kurt, if you subscribe, we'll give you a chant, a special chant. Kurt.
What team was Kurt Warner on the practice squad behind the greatest Hall of Fame all-time quarterback to ever wear green and gold and wear the number 4?
You narrowed it down there, Tony.
Too many ends?
Is this when he was bagging groceries?
Yeah. He was on the practice squad for the Green Bay Packers.
Tell him to join the live. Joe Worley said that he's not coming to the live because he's scared of you showing up with. That was exactly what he said.
Yeah, I did receive that text earlier. He was like, wait, Notch is there? I'm good. He actually blew town, changed his address, moved to a foreign land.
Is that why Kurt is rooting for the Bucks? Because he's secretly a Wisconsin fan because of his time, like you just said?
Yeah, this is time in the practice squad. The Green Bay Packers. People starting to flood in. Chat is free. Who are you here? Who did you show up to cheer for? That's what I want to know. Let me
Good
know.
idea. He can't stop me. Yeah, he's hiding from you, Whip. You got to go sort him out. His Instagram handle is Joe Morley Sports. If you want to go say hi. Bagging groceries. What is that? Is that a store name? Hi.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I think it was in Canada, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's playing in the Canadian League and he was bagging
Go
groceries
Ducks.
there. But there was a lot of guys. Mike Bartz, who was a very smart offensive coordinator, I think he sought out Kurt Warner. He also drafted a young Ryan Fitzpatrick from Harvard, I believe, to the Rams.
Ooh.
Yep.
Kurt Warner's got more of a history. I need to go and study.
That's how old I am, Mike.
Okay, so that's what you said the grocery store is called. Call him out? Yeah, you should call him out in the comment section. But I'm not giving you permission to just go crazy with. I'm saying, like, go and challenge him to a debate is what I'm saying. His first video, I'm sure Joe will be absolutely honored to be on your first video. We're setting something up here for Joe, and Joe has no idea.
I know. Joe's like, I'm with my family. I'm enjoying my life. What did you guys do? You guys sent this kid after me. Why?
Whip, you got to rewind this, screen record, and send it to Morley's DMs.
Yeah, and say, I'm coming for you, sucker. I got you in my sights.
There you go.
I bet you Kurt Warner is like the kind of athlete. I bet he can hoop a little bit. Like, doesn't he feel like the kind of guy who'd be like fundamentally like making the pass, the bounce? He'd use the backboard a lot. Like Kurt Warner feels like the guy who, like he boxes out really well.
He's still holding on to this 21 thing. I don't believe you.
Notch, I do not believe that you're 21 years old. Honestly, bro, on a Saturday night, I was worried about you on a Thursday night. You were trolling me. If you're home on a Saturday night at 21 and you got that stimulus check in your pocket and you aren't out somewhere making it rain, making booties clap somewhere, come on, man. Be 21. Go enjoy your life.
Wait a minute. Stimulus checks?
I'm just saying, didn't everybody get stimulus checks?
Everyone except for me, apparently.
I don't know. I thought everybody got stimulus checks. Get out there. Get out there and enjoy your life. 21. Although I do.
Or
agree, I
sub to the
really
YouTube
enjoy
channel.
talking.
We'll chain him again if you come over on the YouTube channel and sub, I guess.
I'm trying to think of
Corpse, we are 90.5% of the way to 1,000.
What part of Wisconsin are you from, Notch? I'm from Upper Michigan. I'm a Youper. I grew up in Marquette, Michigan, and I used to play a lot of sports over there. Anywhere from like Menominee, Green Bay, Appleton, Oshkosh.
That's so weird, Tony.
Sheboygan.
It's so weird that you guys like went to other states to play sports and it was like within driving distance. I never left my state to play sports. Not a single time.
In Upper Michigan, I was closer to Wisconsin, so we got all the Packer games. That's why I was a huge Packers fan. And the Hawks are making a run.
Why are you rooting for that? Why are you rooting for that?
Here's the thing. I'm rooting for a Khris Middleton game winner.
Middleton looks like he's in pain.
He is. He was hot.
If he hits a game winner, Tony, you have to go on a tear.
He's just built different, though, Mike.
Your night is going to be over, and I feel bad for your wife because if he hits a game winner, you have to go nuts on social media for at least 2 hours before you calm down.
Why? Who comes in here to hate Kurt Warner?
Yeah, I saw that. Hawks get a steal here. You probably already saw this. Capella on the yammer. Yep. This crowd's getting into it. The Bucks need to call timeout. Did they call timeout?
Oh, no, they didn't.
They have 3 timeouts left. They need to call timeout.
They didn't.
21-7 run. It's still a 6-point game after a 21-7 run. It's 109 now.
Just went up and
oh, nice play by
just
Jrue.
went up and under. Yeah.
He's having a good game, too. Your 114-111 is looking possible.
Let's go ATL in the house. Right?
Hopefully you don't curse our stream, but yeah, let's go ATL.
Let's make it a game. I just want to get down to the end.
Corpse 5. Subscribed. I think you're like 905, Corpse.
On YouTube. I know. We're gonna hit 1,000 during the NBA Finals. We have to. Yeah, especially with like the games, the jersey giveaways, all the fun stuff that's gonna happen during the NBA Finals. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing jersey giveaways, and then we're working on another competition. Oh, look, we gained a few more than we thought during this stream. 908. Thank you, Corpse, for that update. We appreciate you. I thought it was 905. Thank you so much. If y'all are coming in and you guys sub, we give you a shout out, and we do a little bit more than just shout out to this person. No, we're gonna chant your name. I might do a handstand. We go crazy. We just had a Bucks fan and a Hawks fan enter at the same time. They're trying to check the score. I wonder, where are you guys at that you're on your phone and you're not maybe at a TV and you're like, oh yeah, man, let me go on YouTube and see if there's like a scoreboard up or something. Where are you at? Are you enjoying your life? Are you standing in line at a club, waiting to get in there somewhere and enjoy your youth? Cole, you're confusing me.
Oh,
Cole. He wants both teams to win, which is impossible, Cole.
Wait. I don't know. I'm trying to watch.
He said, let's go Bucks. And then he said, let's go Atlanta a couple minutes later. So, oh, yeah, thank you, Corpse. I think we said thank you, but I'm going to say thank you just in case we didn't say thank you, Corpse.
I chanted Corpse.
Yeah, you did chant.
Corpse. I can't wait till I have an assistant. I'm like, get in here. Come on, I need you to chant.
Capella's on the bench because they need shooters.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing that's going to be great about them is
why is Trae taking shots? Get this ball to Bogdanovich. Get this ball to Reddish. Trae Young's off, man. He just needs to facilitate right now.
Yeah,
another rebound.
Something at halftime where Kenny was talking about a little bit of his rhythm and stuff like that, and I think there's some credence to that.
TB is still going for this Hawks in 7. TB. Hawks back against the wall here, but they did fuel a run to make this a game with 3 minutes left. So stay tuned. It may come. If you are new to the channel, TB, this is our first time seeing your name in the chat. Drop that subscribe button, turn on notifications bell. We'll chant for you, and you can come back to every live stream and talk some sports with us. We're going to keep this going through baseball season, hopefully some of the time, and we're going to be doing this during football season too.
Hawks
So
with another stop.
you want to be here for it. For some reason, Twitch gave me this name, so it's just random corpse. That's kind of crazy.
Well, maybe his last name is like what's Cooper or something.
Bucks. Everyone's shouting out their teams in the chats right now. This is from a Twitter. Mama Love 170811168. Yeah, I can read number. Go Bucks.
That's a phone number right there.
It might be.
Mama Love.
Oh, Nick here, bringing it back up. Wants to see Notch versus Morley.
Right, Mac? That's fun.
Who was Nick
Hawks are
arguing
getting
with? I
stops.
forget. That guy never came back that gave his number to Nick to call. It
Wait, I thought it was. Oh no, yeah, you're right. It was
was someone else.
FarmersOnly.com.
Farmer, yeah. Hate that guy. I'm just kidding. The only rivals we got is the algorithms. I forgot.
Telling everybody right now, in like 2 years, John Collins is going to be a great player in the NBA.
Him, Cam Reddish, and Trae Young gonna hit their prime at the same time.
He's going to be so good. I really think he's going to work on down in the post.
Middleton break the shot.
And his ability.
got a foul.
Hey. Keep the
Calling
facts
it
going.
on
Keep
the Bucks.
facts going.
Who's the foul on? I don't have my audio up enough to know.
Nick Mack, could you drop a comment in here about who's the best player in this game tonight?
Oh yeah, Nick Mack. Who's the best player in this game right now?
Who's the best player in this game?
I know what you're doing, Tony.
If you need help spelling his name, just
Crap.
let me know. There's an H in there.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it-
It's randomly placed. But just go ahead and drop it.
It's getting tough for the Hawks here, Flojo. This mountain is pretty high.
Flojo checking in to remind us.
It's over.
It's
Let's go,
done.
Trae Young. He wants to get the molasses out. Jesus. TV,
What's
man, I'm
funny
hurt.
is,
I
like,
know he was
That
rooting
is
for
an
the Hawks in
old
7.
person saying,
Brook Lopez.
hey, Will I Am, that molasses is like something from like the 20s and 30s. Like nobody says molasses anymore. That's like
Yeah.
what my grandma used to say. She's like 92.
Whip, tag me in this call out video. I need to see it right now when you drop it. I need to see it. Tag me at Mike on the Mike Sports. I just told you my name finally, so don't use it against me.
You don't even have to be in it. Yes, you spelt his name right. I don't know if that's like the second part of the name, but you're right.
You notice how you put Jrue Holiday in there? He didn't want to just give you the Chris Middleton. He had to throw another name in
Yeah,
there.
he's not going to give you that. He's not going to. Here's the thing. If Jrue Holiday had a 20-point third quarter, he would have all caps Jrue Holiday's name. Chris Middleton has one. You got to be like, oh, yeah, and this other guy.
I think Flojo, even if Giannis is hurt, he'll be playing by game 2 at the minimum, maybe even game 1. They may give him one more game to rest, but he knows he's got to get out there, especially if they lose game 1.
What
Here we go.
Oh,
Dun, da, 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 da.
Can you dig it?
Booker T.
Booker T. Is that Booker T? I always thought it was The
Yep.
Rock, but I
Can
was out of.
you dig it, sucker?
Can you smell what the
That's
Rock?
the Rock. Yeah.
I remember I did it. I had a sketch show at some point. I did a Rock impersonation for it, like as one of my characters and my impressions that I had to do. And I couldn't do the eyebrow thing, so it was like I did my whole thing where it was like doing the Rock impression or whatever, and I was on Instagram and going, and then at the end I just went bing with my eyebrow as the joke because I couldn't do the eyebrow raise. It got a good laugh in the room. It was
It's pretty good.
Yep. Khris. Oh, that's right. Time to put on your PJs, Atlanta. Boom. Uncle PJ. What's crazy is that Houston team that was so close to beating the Warriors team. They were the closest to ever beating a fully functional Warriors squad, and Chris Paul gets injured. PJ Tucker was also on that team, and now he's going to play CP3 in the NBA Finals. And
Flojo is feeling your flow, Tony.
Yeah, it's the booze. I don't know.
Check out the flow.
Flojo, did we just become best friends? Yep.
I knew this person was trouble. As soon as I saw the username. He said he's gonna rock Tony's mama bottom. It's not even good grammar. But damn, I'm good. Joey Trolls.
Joey Trolls. I don't know.
Oh, Dog Sports. What's up, man? Good to see you. He won the Name My Fish contest. I know it sounds lame. I have a mascot. His name's Bean the beta fish. O-Dog's the one that won the contest naming him.
Love it, O-Dog.
Bean. Kobe Bean Bryant is who he named it after. Plugged in with Jay's here. What's up, Jay? We're about to have a showdown between Joe Morley and Whip, but I think Whip left to go to Instagram to talk shit about Joe Morley. So
but everybody's trying to fight Joe. That's what I love.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Plug was in here saying that he was the original Suns
protector,
and he was there. And I'm calling. I want Big John Stud King Kong Bundy. That's what I want. I want to take it back to the 90s and let these two. Let's get it all.
Bucks in 6 against the Suns is what O-Dog wants to see.
Yeah. Flojo, nobody wants to talk about how consistent Ayton was for many, many games in the series because it's not the player that everybody wants to anoint as being so great. Go back and look at the stats for 6 games in that series. Devin Booker had 1 game in game 1, 5 straight games, average to below average. Saying my comments are coming in so fast I can't.
Yeah.
Bucks in 6 against the Suns. O-Dog Sports. I hope you come back for the NBA Finals. And just
O-Dog, drop that sub.
Positivity and love for the NBA Finals.
O-Dog is a Team Mike member also. He's pretty active in the TikTok comments and Instagram comments. So I need more of those people here for my Friday Night Wars battles because Joe Morley thinks he's good because he has 10 kids to vote for him.
Tony's cool. This dude's banging my mom, and now I'm cool.
All right.
As long as you pay more child support than my actually shitty old man did, we can be cool, okay?
He's trying to get on your good side because he's trying to join your family.
I want to announce a new show on the Warzone Sports Network with Tony Tucker and Flojo called Keeping It Real.
I like it.
Flojo going over all the things.
You come in, you're like, welcome to Keeping It Real. I'm Tony Tucker. I'm going to keep it real. This is Flojo, so you better check his flow. What an intro that is. What an intro that is. Morley Damas. Yeah, don't even get me started on this one. He has the almanac from the Back to the Future movie. And I'm doing movie references, which means we're really in the bag.
Bolster. I'm going to let Bolster get really back to 100%. I'm going to let him eat his spinach. I'm going to let him feel 100% because I can't wait to remind him the Bucks are going to the finals and they won 2 games without Giannis and Middleton is giving buckets to people and Khris Middleton's going to the NBA finals.
See you later, Corpse. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you turn on notifications. We want to see you again, man. Thank you. Great chatting with you. And look at Brook Lopez going over to the Hawks bench, hugging everyone, saying good job. You guys, the Hawks had a great run. We can't trash on the Hawks. This was a huge step in all of these guys' developments.
It's like I said earlier in the show. There's no knock to the Hawks. I wouldn't even make any moves. They got all this experience. They go out, they work on their game a little bit, and with a little bit of luck, the health bug stays their way. The Hawks will be. I guarantee most people will be saying, "Oh, the Hawks are going to finish top 3 in the East next year," depending on what the Sixers do with Ben Simmons, the moves that happen there. How the Nets build around the massive 3 that they have. But the Hawks will be back, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform with expectation, because that's the thing. With all great teams, great players, whatever it is, we want to see you perform when everybody's coming out and saying, you should be here. This is where we want you. So that, to me, is interesting. I think that the Hawks got so much experience. Nate McMillan is a better coach than I forget the name of the guy. It's escaped me right now. They fired at the midseason.
It was a very productive season for them. He wants to go live with these Tony. Flojo, game 1 of the NBA Finals. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. I'll give you the floor.
Suns in 4. This.
Yeah, let's get some predictions. Everyone in the chat. What's going to be the finals outcome? Tony, I'll let you go first, and then I'll go because I have to formulate my.
All that matters is that Khris Middleton has 4 big games in the NBA Finals, and he is the NBA Finals MVP. right now, without even thinking about it, knowing whether or not Giannis is back to be the opener, so that Middleton can come in and be the closer we all know that he is. You want him to be. You need him to be. You want him on that wall. You need him on that wall. Full Jack Nicholson and a few good men. You want Khris Middleton on that wall. God, I'm just psyched. I'm psyched. My friend did its job over here.
Whip tagged me. He said to check my phone, so I will in a second, but I'll give my finals prediction first. I've hated on the Suns all year, and it was granted because Joe Morley, evil Joe Morley, has been preaching Suns all year. And if Joe Morley preaches anything other than Dodgers, Lakers, Chargers, I'm against him. And he'll never preach the third one, and he'll never preach the second one. Or was Lakers second? I'm not sure. He'll never preach Lakers or Chargers. So on everything except for Dodgers, I'm going against Joe Morley. But the Suns proved me wrong. So my prediction is Bucks in 6 games.
Yes! Everybody!
The Suns get game 1. The Suns get game 1. Giannis comes back. They go to a 3-1 lead for the Bucks in game 2 to 5. The Suns get one more, and then the Bucks finish it in 6 and are hoisting the finals trophy. Giannis's first trophy, and this is big for Middleton too for future contract negotiations when that comes up, and the Bucks will finally get that championship or playoff choke off their shoulders. And the Suns are going to lose. Sorry, Chris Paul. I would say I like you, but I don't. So
I
there you
actually do. Like in a few years, I'll be able to say nice things about Chris Paul. Right now, I got nothing nice to say about him.
That is not.
Is that not? Yeah, no. I was like, I'm not going to put that on there. Wow. So this was great. This was a lot of fun. And everybody came in and brought it. The second half, energy, fun, love it. Give Khris Middleton the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Do they do that? That's not a real trophy, is it?
I've seen Whip's face. He's not 21. So I'm going to listen to this video with my mic muted just in case. You can see my live reaction.
Hang on a second. I did not need to see any video proof that Whip was not 21. I've been reading the comments for the last 2 live streams. I didn't need any video proof.
If I had to take a guess, he's 17. So he's a little bit older than we thought. Or maybe 18 if he is a young-looking 18-year-old. His eyes are covered in the post. I see him talking. It's muted. I'm going to listen. You get a live reaction to my reaction. If it's really bad, I'm not going to play it on the air. But if it's reasonable, I'll play it. So let me just watch it first. Proof watch it because Whips, we're fine. We're getting to know him a little bit. So,
well, I'm Notch. You got a fan in me. Me, you, the Bucks, Khris Middleton going to the NBA Finals. Look at that. Look at Khris Middleton out there.
Also, I want to point out he created this Instagram page just now for this. So hopefully we just created like a creator, a content creator.
Well, he said sketches and vlogs and whatever in that thing. This is absolutely this is such a beautiful moment. You guys, my argument has been strengthened so much. Bolster, get better, bud. Get better. Oh, Albert coming in here with Suns in 6. At least it's not Suns in 4. That guy needs no more press. But maybe he'll punch somebody and put a thumb in their eye or something, and he'll be like, Suns in 6, bitch. Knocking people out. Coach Bud too.
Man, this feels like it's been a couple years in the making. They've had a contending team for probably 5 seasons where they're just right there.
Suns in 5. TB Fats. I love the name TB Fats. I'm taking out the X because I don't know what it means, but I just love saying TB Fats. That's fun. That's a fun name to say.
All right. Are you ready for this challenge that he laid out for Joe Morley?
Is it network worthy? Are we allowed to put it on there? He doesn't say anything awful.
It's not completely clean, but it's not the most insane thing you've ever heard, like he was saying a couple nights ago. Yeah. There's no death wishes or anything. So that's good.
We can save it. Is there a reason why we have to play it right now?
We don't have to play it right now. We can save it until I can actually export it out
Yeah.
And put
then
some
we can-
bleeps. I could put some bleeps. That might
I
make it
don't-
reasonable.
I don't need the bleep. I swore like 3 times in the last 10 minutes. I'm so excited right now. I need to go eat dinner with my family. So I want to thank everybody for jumping in here. I want to welcome. Hang on, Khris Middleton is giving an acceptance speech for being the best player in the Milwaukee Bucks.
This is a moment for you.
Ah!
How many points did he have?
Doesn't even matter. He got 2 W's with Giannis out of the game and got his team to the NBA Finals. I cannot wait to have a conversation with Brian Bolster. It's going to be so much fun. There's no way to squirm out of it.
Oh, man. Here we go, TB. We are Warzone Sports Network pretty much across the board. The Twitter handle is a little different. What's the Twitter handle?
Twitter handle is Warzone Sports, 2 S's at the end. But if you type in Warzone Sports, you'll find us there. We'll follow
this logo
back on Twitter. We'll be Warzone Sports on Instagram. But yeah, let us know if you create content. Shout us out. We'll talk. We'll share conversations, thoughts on sports.
The shield in the corner. That's the logo you're looking for. I don't
Ben
think anyone else is using it.
Don't you wish that on me, Will.i.am? Don't you do that to me? Don't you put that hex on me?
Whip, I watched it, and I'm your first follower, and I'm honored to be your first follower.
Here's the thing: I will love Ben Simmons if he comes to the Lakers, but I don't want Ben Simmons.
Brian's gonna fix him.
Doesn't matter. He can't be fixed. Maybe he can be fixed in a smaller town, not LA. Like it's just not. Man. He's pretty enough for LA. He's not got the game for LA, especially like when they're like, "Oh, he could be compared to Magic." Stop it. Never again with any of that nonsense. Never again.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Tony, go have dinner with the family. I appreciate everyone. Please drop a like before you go. It helps us a ton in the algorithm. I really appreciate y'all. Khris Middleton won it for Tony. We got a showdown in the finals. Joe Morley's Suns versus Tony's Bucks. Last chance to say something, Tony, before I cut you off with the outro.
You spell king Khing. Khris Middleton in the
Warning. Warning. Warning.
Get ready to rumble.